Welcome to Tales from the Flipside. Hanging out with the Modern Playbook crew. We're gonna do some pickups. The top pickups of the year for us, and some recent pickups. So let's go ahead and do our quick little intro, and then we'll get started and introduce everyone. Yep, so we'll have some others joining us in throughout the show, and then I'll just add them into the stream. But let's introduce one of our newest members of Flipside. How's it going, Nate? Or Trial by Gods on Instagram.
Appreciate the invite, Aaron. It's good to see that. I think this show says "Don't mess with Texas."
Right? It's almost an all Texas panel.
It is. We'll include Josh.
Yeah, honorary Texan.
Texas is big enough.
How's it going, Josh?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Josh Allen here, International Comics on Instagram and whatnot. I'm excited to show some sweet books.
Sweet.
From the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen?
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you later.
Bro, you've got an arm on you, bro. Let me tell you, dude. How do y'all feel about this Sunday?
I have no idea.
Any more players test positive for COVID?
Oh my god.
Dude, probably all of them.
Are the Bills still around, 6 in the playoff race? Because I know that when
they overtook New England for the in the AFC. So they've got the number 1 seed so far. So yeah.
And it looks like we still have RH1 Future in the house.
Yeah, baby. Man, somebody got lit up today, bro. And they had it coming. Man, I thought this one disappeared, and I think hopefully he'll disappear again because I don't want to have to get mean. You know what I mean?
I don't think I want to see Joe mean.
Know, like if you're going to troll on people when they're trying to provide content and try and bring the community together and try and help collectors, make a better decision on a good book or talk about some new titles coming out, and you're gonna pick on like YouTubers when we're just we're not trying to like be rock stars or anything like that. We're just trying to bring some information to the community on how to make their collection better or whatever. And if you're just gonna troll us, man, you're gonna reap the whirlwind because I don't care.
I mean, that's what it is. It's like lessons that we've learned over time, and hopefully people are learning from either good moves we're making or mistakes that we've done in the past and stuff like that. But it happens. But I have 4 items to show, so I'll just lead off real quick, just because it's going to be quick and simple, and then we can decide who goes right after that. So a bit of a Christmas pickup. I got a watch. Pretty stoked about that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty, man.
I like that Marvel piece right up there that you can kind of see right beside the Invicta.
Like on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, for like $100, I was like, this is not bad. Like
you got that for $100?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's
and then
a good deal, man.
Yeah. And then I want to give a couple of shout outs to viewers. So as you can tell, my pile behind me is starting to dwindle down a little. So I finally finished one pile, and I want to give a shout out to Egrim. He sent me this because he knew I was on the hunt. So this is the next to last book I need before completing all the second print non-lenticular Marvel Legacy books. So shout out to Ultra for sending me down that rabbit hole of trying to collect them all, and yeah, who he helped me out quite a bit on that.
That's badass, Aaron. One book away, bro.
Yeah,
what's the
I
last
think
one?
It's funny. It's actually what is it? It's the Miles Spider-Man 234, and then
I think I have that. Do you have a? Can you pull up the picture of it on the screen?
Yeah, I'll send it to you in a bit. But I think Ninth Wonder is sending it to me. So I want to give a shout out to Tomb Toys. You know, you may have seen his name in the chat and stuff like that. He sent me this one of one.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like from all the different stories, this is actually the second print, if you can see. So I thought
You
that-
have hair in that one.
I do have hair on this one. So
Kind of like the bald version.
Oh, you like the bald version? Yeah.
Dude, he
So-
got the dog in there, dude. That's fucking badass.
Yeah, he got the dog. He got the trash can beers. So yeah. So
That's brilliant. I love it.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, like he's a talented photographer and everything. And then he started doing these drawings of different like comic books and stuff like that. And people like have paid him like because he's known for his photography, like crazy amounts of money for like some of the other drawings he's done. But yeah, oh, shout out to Tomb Toys. He's in the chat. Thank you for
That's awesome.
listening in. And then for my last pickup, Dino sent me a link of this for $100. I was like,
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like, I was like,
Badass.
yeah, I was like, I cannot pass up this because he knows I'm starting to get into like some of those horror covers, and he's like, hey, it's Ditko art, and I was like, oh, for an 8.5, like, and 100, I was like, cannot complain about that.
That's a
So-
layup. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out to Dino for helping me spend my money, and and then like making wiser decisions on what I purchase. But yep, so thank you again for to Tomb Toys and to Egram for sending me that out. So who's up next?
I got a stack to go through. I'm happy to hop in, but I don't want to jump in front of anybody.
Yeah, we didn't have any order, so go for it.
All right, so I got a lot to go through here. I'm going to go through just a handful of maybe recent pickups that I got, and then some of my favorites for the year. So a couple of quick recent ones. Sorry, I should be more organized. All right, so we've talked about this book before. I never had it. It's really tough to find. So this is a 1 in 10 for Superboy number 2 by Gilliam March. Really tough to come by. I've always wanted this book, but there's something about it that I think is just completely badass. So finally got my hands on this one. I came across this this old used bookstore in Boston a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago actually, and they had some old horror magazines in there. And this Vampirella, I've fallen in love with this cover. It doesn't get a lot of people talking about it, but like the skull in the demon girl there, it's just absolutely perfect. Like this book is beautiful. I'm surprised there's not more going on with it, but really happy to have my collection. And if you look, I mean, it's a black cover, but it's in super high grade condition given the age and the size. Really psyched to have found this. This is a new favorite book of mine, but I never see anybody talking about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people collect like specifically skull covers as well.
Yeah, you'd think this would be sort of right up the alley, right? But I don't see this one come up. That said, I don't collect a lot of the pulps in the magazine stuff, but this one is one's badass.
Oh man, we got a full Texas crew in the house now. What's up, Knife?
All right, so I love the show Riverdale. I think some people on the channel like it as well. This book is just tough to find. It's not worth a lot, but I was really happy to have tracked this thing down. Josh, I think you were hunting this after you saw it, but Betty and Veronica, how can you go wrong?
Agreed.
Great pickup.
Yeah,
I found a while ago the one with Cheryl on the cover. Where's the photo?
it's a good one. Yeah, the photo covers of the girls in that show are tough to find, particularly the photo cover of just the Veronica is really pretty tough actually. Betty's a little easier, but the Veronica one by herself is pretty tough. And this one, Dirty Pair, this is a Bruce Timm variant for issue number 3.
Oh wow,
It couldn't have been
Nice.
heavily ordered.
dude, what a great cover.
Carter and I were talking about this one. Not easy to find. It's out there. But just a book I was happy to finally track down at a good price.
I wonder if they'll make a video game of that now.
All right, so let's go through some of my favorite pickups of the year. I want to start out real quickly with thank you to a couple of viewers. So I've been wanting this book for a while, and somebody sent to me as a complete surprise. Her name is Lisa. She's a viewer of the show. She's on Instagram. Her handle is clever username yay or nay, which is pretty clever, I think. But anyways, she sent this to me as a gift, and I was completely blown away by the gesture. So Lisa, if you're watching, thank you so much. Super happy that you passed this along. I've wanted this book for a long time, so thank you very much. And this one is America #2, the second print, which has been really tough to find.
That is super tough, man.
Aaron, is that the one you just got to?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Yeah. I picked up a 9.8 for like a while ago. Like Nico sent us a link, like I think in one of our chat rooms for, I think it was like $140, 120 or something like that. But there's only like 3 9.8s on the census.
Yeah, I mean the gold trade dress here is what gives this one away. And anyways, I've been hunting for this one, could never find it. LBreezy33 on Instagram hooked me up with this. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Totally floored that you send this to me. Thank you so much. Super nice gesture. Okay, let's go through a couple of my favorite pickups of the year. And I was going to limit it to 10, but there's a lot more than 10, so I'll go as quickly as I can. We talked about this book on Ghosts, Monstrella, #1. This was a Kickstarter book. There's probably 1,200 of them. Sun Kamanaki did the cover. This may be her best cover, in my opinion. She's a really up-and-coming artist. You really can't find this book. One sold, I think, on eBay in an auction for $150, $160 a month or so ago. Nevin Arnold, the founder and creator behind Hangman Comics, sent this to me for free. So thank you, Nevin. I wanted this book so bad, so I appreciate the hookup. Thank you very much. He also hooked me up with this. I didn't know it existed as well. So this is God, I'm a little blank on the name. 4 Frights of Horror. #1. Josh, I owe you a free one of these. This is a virgin variant. I don't know how many of these there are. I got to talk to Nevin about it. There's only 1,200 of the trade dress. There's got to be a hell of a lot fewer than that of these. And it appears that this was signed by Sun as well, by the looks of it. So Sun Kamanaki did the cover for this one as well. I've never seen any sign of this book existing anywhere other than in my hands. So anyways, happy to have it.
Nice.
I won this book on Josh's auction.
Oh, that's a good one.
This book is a Mexican version of Siege #2, or is it 3? I forget, it's 2 or 3. This is the bootleg version. Josh educated me on this book completely. This thing is in amazing condition, and just so happy to have it in my collection. I mean, in some ways, this may even rival the actual original version of it in this book right here. But Josh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and a lot of those Mexico variants are starting to pick up some steam now, like just like all across the market.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a long time, and Josh could speak more eloquently to this than I could, but from an outsider, right, they were kind of viewed as lesser, and now given that collectors are sort of waking up to the scarcity behind these, that sentiment's changing quite a bit, and you're starting to see people pay up for these. Maybe not quite to where they were or they are in sort of the original versions, but they're getting closer, and some of them are much more scarce, particularly in high grades. So a fun area of the market that I've been delving into, and I've got a lot more in this stack to talk about. All right, so here we've got Champions #1. This is a 1 in 50. This is technically volume 3, but volume 2 of the Champions, the new version of the Champions that we know. This book was not heavily ordered. Champions #1, the second go around, people didn't really care. I think it's like 30 to 40,000. This is a 1 in 50. You don't see this very often. Samson pointed this out to me online, and I was able to negotiate a super good deal for it. So thank you, Samson. But super happy to have it. You don't see this book out there very often.
Yeah, I love that book. I want one of those so bad.
Yeah, man, they're tough. I've looked for it for a while. Sort of the first con I went to post-COVID, I grabbed this. This Hughes cover is definitely one of my favorites. It's a 1 in 25. I had one. It sold it. I'm glad to have it back. But, this means a lot, sort of getting back into the world post-COVID. First major con, grab this. Happy to have it back in the collection. But, there aren't too many of these out there. If you look at the CGC census, it's pretty shallow on this book. Moving quickly here, to call the Mighty Mel V hooked me up with this for free. When you want to talk about ghosts, go hunt this book and let me know what you find. You can't find it. Probably my second favorite to call cover, but absolutely beautiful, right up my alley, and it's badass. So thank you, Mel, if you're watching, brother. Hey, man.
Kind of has that Uma Thurman kind of feel to it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's
A little
just,
bit.
I don't know. It's just so like he just executed this thing perfectly, man. I don't know, like the blood on the shirt, like the look in her eye, like it's just awesome, man. It's just awesome. All right, we talked about this book before, but I've looked for it for years. So this is the South by Southwest Gaming Expo version of this book. Super hard. There's a Comics Pro, which is hard in its own right. This one, nearly impossible. Really, really happy to have found this one.
I still need to drive out to Austin to see if I can find one.
Well, there's a guy on Instagram who hit me with a copy. He's like, I've got three of them. He's from Florida, but I think he was at that con or something. Like I've seen one of these. I think he was the guy who sold it to me. He's like, I found 3 more in my stack.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. He's like, what can I get for these? I'm like, a lot. You could probably get a lot for them. Listen, this book right here, massive thank you to Josh for hooking me up with this. So this is the Turkish version of this, Josh. I mean, one of my favorite pickups of the year, brother. Thank you so much. This book is immaculate.
Hold on, Josh gave that to you?
He didn't give it to me. I mean, listen, Josh, he charged me.
Oh, okay.
It was a very good price.
I
It
was
was
gonna say,
not
man.
cheap, but based on what I've seen this thing sell for, I got a really, really, really good deal.
I'm just
So
playing.
thank you, Josh, man. I owe you, brother.
Hey, my pleasure.
A few more books from Josh here. Hook me up with this one. We all know how awesome this book is. I whiffed on this, the original at 50 way back when, and Josh knew about I wanted this, so he hooked me up with this. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's a pretty copy for black. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any marks.
It's absolutely
It's
nice.
nice.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely perfect. So
That was the one me and you were bidding on in Josh's office.
Josh got any more?
I have one.
These also come from Josh as well. I mean, really hooked me up with these. These weren't. Listen, Josh probably knows the whole story on this much better than me, but these weren't supposed to find their way into the market, is my understanding. So there's this one, and then the foil version of it, and they're perfect. I mean, they're absolutely perfect. And like when I heard about this book, I'm like, this is the exact kind of book I need in my PC. Never thought I'd get a whiff of it. And
do you have any more foil, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I have
good.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So the quick story behind that is it was from La Mole this year. They were supposed to be printed and be signed by Jose Luis Duran and CG Seed and all that. And then I think they had a tiff with Marvel because those are all the non-canon stories. And I don't think they allowed it, but then they ended up just kind of like printing it out the back door anyways and giving it out to people. And like the guy that ran the con ended up getting fired and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I mean that kind of controversy I need to own. So thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
I can't repay you for helping me track these down, man.
Hey, it gives me someone to talk about foreign books with, so.
Hey, bro, like foreign books are starting to become a thing, man. So you're like going to be very relevant, like quick.
Yeah, they're in their infancy, but they're start. I mean, they have gone from 0. You know, if we're going to 60, they're like 0 to 20 right now, and picking up speed quickly. So here's another foreign, which did not come from Josh. A guy on Instagram reached out to me, said, "Hey, I have some foreigns. Would you be interested?" And this book's tough enough in the U.S., but
damn, that looks clean. Jesus Christ, dude.
Should be Italy.
I think this is the Italian. Yeah,
that's beautiful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in really nice shape. So
does it have like issues 1 through 4 in there, or on that?
It's not that thick. It's not that thick. Best case is issues 1 through 2. It's really quite thin. I would say 1 and 2 best case. It's not a thick book. It's not square bound. It's stapled. It's relatively thin. It feels like the Josh show, but I'll tell you what. The first time Josh and I really ever connected, he sent me this book for free, and I always wanted this book.
Damn, that's beautiful.
I always wanted this for years. I had no idea even how to find it. I didn't know what to fucking search. I just knew that I wanted this book, and Josh sent it to me for free. So, brother, thank you so much. But I am so happy to own this thing. It is gorgeous. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous.
So, half naked green girl on the beach, that wouldn't come up?
You can search that, but you'd be surprised how much.
You just see Josh like that on the eBay.
All right, a couple more books here, and I'll get off the freaking screen, and nobody wants to hear me talk. This is a long story. So this is an NYCC exclusive, limited to 100. Wow. This is the first appearance of Angel Lynch, the second zombie tramp. She doesn't appear inside this issue. It's issue 53. Issue 57 is her first appearance sort of inside the comics, but this book is a legit ghost. There was a guy in Canada selling this, and he wouldn't ship it to the U.S. So I kind of thought it was a scam originally, but he would ship it to Canada. So actually Nevin from Hangman Comics, who did the Monstrella stuff, he said, "Listen, have it shipped to me, and I'll ship it to you." So he hooked me up. It took 2 months to get this thing, but this is a legit ghost for sure. There is a what they call a risque version without her top on. So there's 100 of those and 100 of these, but you can't find these. I mean, these are legit ghosts. So really psyched that I was able to track this book down. All right, a couple of other ones real quick. One of my very favorite books, we've talked about it on the channel before. It was the first book I bought in 2021, Avengers Solo. Number 3, the one in 25. I wanted this book for a long time. Finally found it. January 1st, New Year's Day, I was searching eBay, and a copy came up, and I was like, it's mine. So I bought it.
That book is beautiful, man. Jesus.
They still don't pop up, man. Like I don't understand why the book is so fucking hard to find. It just doesn't pop up. All right, a couple more here. So this is an exclusive, limited to 500. Dan Quintana. I've become a huge fan of his art. A tougher book to find. Maybe one of the better performing exclusives, but I'm just a big fan of this cover and sort of how it feels. Really happy to have it. I think Raws they're going for well over $100 now. So anyways, happy to have that one.
You know what the cool thing about that cover was? From the store that I originally sent it out, if you pre-ordered, the slab like that, they sent you a coin. but because of like delays and everything on shipping, I ordered like 2 raw copies, and they still sent me out the coin as a like thank you for your patience. Like here's something that
Wow.
a little,
Yeah,
little extra.
I mean, I bought it I bought it on eBay, but I think it was from the store who produced it. I can't remember. I just never asked them, like, am I ever going to see this book? Because it was like, it took forever, man. It took forever. So everybody knows this book. And it's one of these books that I always wanted. It's you always have these books that you put off.
Mhm.
And so Dave Stevens, Planet Comics number 196. This book is pretty tough in high grade.
What year was that, Ben?
What's that?
What year did that come out?
So it was late 80s, 88.
88.
This one came
Wow.
out. But it's a beautiful cover. Obviously Hughes homaged it with the Dirty Pair number 1, but I don't know, just a book I always wanted, and I finally found one at a pretty good price, so happy to have that. Two more and I'm done. I'll shut up. All right, so Deadpool 65, first appearance of Outlaw, classic cover. This is the book, one of the first books I got when I got back into comics. But this is the newsstand. If anybody ever hunted the newsstand for this book, they know exactly how rare it is. This is a 9.2. I think that's a pretty harsh grade. I might send this to Joe to crack and repress for me because it's really freaking clean. I don't understand how it got a 9.2, to be honest with you. There's one little pressable tick in there that's not color breaking that I think can be got out. But anyway, it's a book that I wanted, and you never see this book.
What did the graders notes have? Have you pulled them? They're free now.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, the graders notes are free. So
yeah, which I was gonna say, it's pretty cool that that's a function now that like on any books that you have the serial number for, you can look up on CGC now, and they provide grader notes if they're available.
Yeah, I'd say there's one non-breaking, color-breaking spine tick right here that I think could be pressed, and maybe 9.4, maybe 9.6 on a good day.
Yeah, send it to me, man. I'll do it for you.
In the last,
do you have to have a paid account for that to look up grader notes now?
Yeah, you have to have a paid account. That's why I had sent you a message that day on that one book, because I don't have a paid account with CBC, only with CBCS. So I mean, it's still cool though, because most people know somebody with a paid account that can look up notes on the book for you, and that does make it easier for you to try to find those CPR candidates.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have a CGC account, Ben?
Ooh,
my very favorite pickup of the year, and I picked up 2 of these this year. This one for half the price of what I paid for the other one, but a book I hunted for forever, and it is a legit ghost. This is to call maybe his very best cover. You cannot find this book. To say this book is a ghost would be an understatement. This one is obviously signed by him. He did a signing on a few of these, and I picked up a raw copy from Mel on a Whatnot auction, and I paid a lot of money for it, but I don't care. So I've got 2 of these, and they're not going anywhere. So yeah, I fucking love this book.
Yeah.
Until you want my copy of Something Is Killing the Children to call.
I know. That's the call that I may have to trade something big for, because that is one of my favorite works from him that I am nowhere near. So all right, that's it. I spent too much. Oh, actually, can I have one more minute? Listen, I want to give this book away tonight. So if someone just wants to come make a comment, not in the live chat, but just sort of in the comments of the video, I'll pick a random name. This is an exclusive by the guys at the Hall of Comics. Daniel Warren Johnson did this. So just leave a comment. I'll pick a winner at random. But let's say we'll do it. I'll do it by 5 p.m. on New Year's Day. I'll pick a winner, and just send this out. Thank you, and this from the guys at the hall here. in Southborough, Massachusetts, for a bunch of guys. Manoli, the guys have been around the hobby for a long time.
Yeah, they're
Some of
good
the best guys I
people.
know. This is just sort of a free giveaway, an exclusive that they produce. So if you're interested, just leave a comment, and I'll pick someone, and I'll reach out, and I'll send it to you.
Cool. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up Phil since he was supposed to, I think, lead us off, but I know he has a
Yeah.
whatnot sale coming up.
I'm
Like,
sorry, Phil, man. You should have
Oh,
kicked me off.
Oh no,
No.
you're good. I just got in. I just got home, and yeah, we got
Yes.
a whatnot sale like at 11 for Star Wars. So
yeah, I wanted to make sure he has plenty of time, and then we can get to whoever's up next.
appreciate it, Aaron. Yeah, I just I've been saying a lot, like, within our chats, within our circle, like, yeah, modern books are great books to buy right now during the dip, but you definitely want to focus on the vintage, and that's who I am. I'm vintage comics and toys, right? So I'll focus on the vintage, and then if I'm gonna buy any modern, it's gonna be something that's very specific, that is kind of hard to get, or I think is just ready to just shoot up or something like that. So, but first I want to give a shout out to RH1, the future presser from Time.
Yeah.
He
Hell
yeah, he pressed this from like an 8.0 the Sentai 2 to a 9.0, which was like impossible to do. So really happy with that grade. There's one up for like
man.
there's one up for 2,500, and I'm probably gonna do like 3,000 or best offer on eBay. So, I'm not gonna be the guy that undercuts the one person. I think Dave from Comic Book Investment has one up for 2,500, and I'm not gonna undercut him. So, and then Red Hood's been very, very hard on himself on this book. Like literally, this Ultimate Fallout 4 Divergent variant was it was I would call it an 8.5 raw, and at that current grade, if it was slabbed, it would have been a $2,400 book. This book is kind of special to us for our companies, because this is a book that I recommended my wife to buy, and we bought this in a bundle deal, and she got this for $1,700. So like, I think the guy wanted $2,500 for it, like around this time in 2019, like two years ago. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a really strict 9.4. The way how
super strict, man.
Yeah, Joe, you did a really great job. This is a solid 9.4, and I can tell, there's like little things in the back, like this corner right
Yeah, that
here.
micro
Yeah.
issue.
Right, and like ink rubbing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, there's like also 2 spine ticks. It's hard to see, but I mean, I can totally see that this could be like, yeah, this could definitely be like a shot at a 9.8. I've seen books. I mean, I've heard 9.4s get like 9.8s of this book.
It's just that white. If they see that white, I mean, they stick it to you, dude. Like,
yeah,
like on that back, if any presence of white, like, man, they really stick it to you.
But that's what you want. You want your presser. It was my first time trying Joe out, and I'm sorry it took a while to get you some books. But you want your presser to give you a shot at getting the best grade possible, and that's what he did. So I'm super thankful. My wife is super thankful. We're not going to crack and resubmit it. I mean, the lowest right now is 7.2K, so I think we're going to do a bit better than that. So, and then another book that Joe pressed for me was the Hawkman 4, and we got what we thought it would be strict.
5.5?
A 5.5, yeah. But, I mean, he gave me a shot. You predicted maybe you can get an 8.0, right? Like,
well, I said, what, 7? I thought 7.5, but man.
Yeah. But they were tough on it. I guess, CGC's being a little bit tough.
Yeah, on the staining, right?
Yeah, aging of paper and stuff. So, like, they go, like, I thought I was going to get in through a window where they were, I mean, I was seeing that aging of the paper, like that little darker tanning. on the edges. I've been seeing like some of those hit like a 9.2. You know.
Man, you know they used to show a lot of grace on tanning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what the off-white part of it, that the off-white grading, because they ding you on that, and it's
Yeah.
on the front of the slab.
Yeah.
So for them to like double dip and hit you with the off-white, and then because in my opinion, I thought that was like a high 6, 7.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it's cool, you know. I mean, it's a really, but I mean, like these super tight grades are fine because, like, out of if I'm going against other 5.5s, this one will sell first. You know what I mean? Like the better presenting, you know,
Oh
books
yeah.
like in the slabs, and it's a big deal. Like, you know, there was a dealer that was looking at Nico's X-Men '94, and it was like a 9.2, but then he just felt like, oh man, that just doesn't look like a 9294 like in the slab. He got a gift. I can't buy it, you know?
Right.
So, you know, it was a high end dealer. So, hey, you know what? It's fine. You know, sometimes getting a super tight grade with a shot at getting it, you know, reslabbed makes it, you know, as long as you're making money, you know.
Dude, that's the best looking 5.5 I've ever seen. Like,
I
Dude,
know.
man,
Like
I-
these are usually trash, bro. Like a 4.0 usually gets like a 6, you know? So,
the staples on it were fucking tight, and
yeah.
that's where I just felt like it would trump, uh, you know, you know, being a fight. You know that's like a nightmare. You know, honestly, it's like, bro.
But like these were all walkthrough. So it took I think 4 days to
Yeah,
get the
they walked
walkthrough to
real
come through.
slow. They
Yeah.
walked slow.
Okay, so
And
a couple
just real
yeah, go
quick,
ahead.
comic book stuff or comic book buff is asking Joe, do you have a website? And I think the answer is to hit you up on IG. And then the second part of the question is, do you have a wait list
Uh,
for pressing?
I got a little bit of a wait. I'm probably like 3 weeks behind right now, but yeah,
Which is
hit me
better
up
than a
on
lot
IG.
of other pressers. You know, some pressers are like 3-4 months behind, you know.
Well,
So
I've got a bunch of presses, so I mean I can make up a lot of ground.
So this is kind of old, but I wanted to share a couple old New York Comic Con pickups I had. So I just love setting up at shows and just people coming up to me and just, you know, they need cash. You know, they're all up ahead on these books, or they spent way too much and they just needed some money back. And this was a case where I had a customer, a close friend who spent way too much and they just needed to liquidate a little bit. So I picked up a first Punisher ASM
Damn white
129
pages.
65. Yeah, white pages. It's really nice. Man, I don't know, dude. I think I'm trying to remember how much I paid for it, but it might have been like 1,600 or something.
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I did really well.
All you need is a mask and a gun, bro. You robbed that.
The next book I stole for 3,100.
Y'all ain't gonna be friends too much longer.
So Daredevil 1, you know, gold label. It was witnessed. Stan Lee signed the first page.
Wow.
So you know, it's rough, you know, but you know, give this like 3 years or something, and this could be a Jim 83.
Oh man, Daredevil's only going up, man. He's going to be a huge part of the MCU over the next phase. I mean, Feige's all but said it. That's a home run right there.
Ben, you got one of these, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's another one I want to send to Joe. I've got it. It's at a 2.5.
Send it.
But
Send
you
it
know,
to me, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Give Joe a shot, yo.
Hey, did you get that Hulk grade yet, man?
I did not get the Hulk 2 yet. No.
Fuck,
I
man.
did not. Not yet. Okay, here's let me see. I got some other stuff. Okay, one Golden Age book. It is G.I. Joe 34. So I like to look for Golden Age books with very low census. There's a couple of Joes in this series that do really well because it's just nothing and you just name your price. So yeah, you know, the soldier's holding the baby. He's got a Vietnamese chick on one arm, you know. So yeah, you know, it's like a VG or something. So you know, I pretty much grade it, name my price.
That's cool.
Picked up oh, here we go, Josh. Got a foreign book. Pence. Yeah. So Jungle Action 21 with the Ku Klux Klan cover. So this was hot, I think, during the protests. So, and it stayed pretty good.
It's a Pence version, right? So that's pretty cool.
Pence version,
Mhm.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a
that's dope.
VG, but it was only like $30. Strange Tales 169 is really expensive right now, but people are still looking for the second appearance of Brother Voodoo, and just people, I don't know. There's just so many rumors that this guy is showing up. So maybe, who knows? Maybe we get a little glimpse, and in Doctor Strange too, right? Picked up two giant sized creature ones. So if Greer Grant, who's in Hawkeye, turns out to be Tigra, should be a good one, So I don't think it's gonna happen right away, but it's just probably she's gonna have to be like a support character for a little while, and then we'll see what happens, Horror stuff, Marvel Premiere 28. I paid a good chunk of change for this one. Joe, this is probably going to you. Probably an 8.0 candidate, but it was like a couple $100, but a little over 200. But it was a nice, really presenting
Yeah,
good
it's such
copy.
a cool cover, man.
Yeah.
Such a cool cover.
I guess this is super hot in second print, but I went over Variant Carl's house and grabbed all of his copies of X-Men 282, supposed first appearance of Bishop. So these were like all $20. It was really cool. So give Ion Comics a follow. He's on Whatnot now, so hopefully he
Carl's
shows
a bad
up.
dude, man. He's a bad dude.
He's man.
Oh, that's dangerous. Carl's gonna be on Whatnot. Oh
He's-
man, I
Well,
know
Yeah.
where I'm spending my money now.
Yeah, he's got some heat, man.
Yeah, he's blaming me for introducing him to the app because he's spending money on it, and like I have a bunch of friends blaming me, so yeah. We got a What If 10, probably a mid grade, but it only cost me $140. So yeah, I think the Jane Foster stuff is gonna hit. And
big time, man. That she's gonna crush it in that Thor movie. Have you seen some of the pictures of her? She is fucking ripped. I mean, she's gonna kill it. I think in that movie. All of her
what's
gonna go.
what's kind of funny? This book was kind of like an experiment because it was like, well, is this one canon? Is it not? Which happened first? And and like there was a lot of resistance on this book initially, and now it's found its groove. Like CGC 9.4s are like $400 or $500.
I mean, the book's definitely shot up like initially, like for that first announcement, but it remained steady the entire time, even when like there was doubt on it.
Yeah,
Like it may have dipped down a little bit, but not much. Like not back to like where it was. So
I mean, this was a $25 book, like $15 to $25 book before the spec hit.
Yeah,
there's so many Jane Foster covers. Like this one is maybe one of my favorite books of all time. Like there's so many that are just.
The Ji-Hung. Yeah,
Ji-Hung. I mean, this rivals the Spider-Gwen for me. Like the low-hanging fruit. I think Jane Foster Thor, because I think she's gonna kill it in that movie. So I think that's a great pick, Phil.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Ben. So I'm getting really expensive here. So here we go. We got an ASM 122. I dropped $5,000 last week, and it was just I just had to. So all Green Goblin books are getting hot. So I don't have any 122s right now. I got 121s. Joe pressed 2 of them for me. So
what grade is that, Phil? That book looked pretty clean from what I could see. I mean,
it might. I don't know. Like I have to look at it more, but it might be like an 8, or maybe better. It might get a 9. I'll have to look at it again.
That's crazy, man. Holy
Actually,
shit.
it's got a shot maybe at a 9 too. I got to look at the back.
Holy shit.
Maybe better. This one has a shot initially I thought
Oof.
at a 9.6.
Buy that book. Buy
You
that
know,
book.
like honestly, you know, it's awesome not being on sometimes and just listening to you guys. And Joe is like, "Oh my God, buy this book, buy this book, buy this book." Felicity Jones.
I've been saying this for a couple of years now, man. Like literally, like
Yeah,
I think that she is going to be. I have no inside scoop at all, but his love interest in the next trilogy, and
and they
we've
haven't
never
done
seen
that
her on
yet.
screen. And I
Yeah,
think this book is going to go fucking parabolic. Like it is. Marvel loves her, right? She's got her own series. She is an A-list Marvel character, but you can buy this book at a B, C-lister price. Like I think this book is going to go fucking crazy. And the one you're holding there, that direct, 1979 directs are definitely rarer than the newsstands. Like that is a home run what you're holding right there, man. I'm a little bit jealous right now.
well, I have a lot of seller's remorse because I sold a 9.6 for way too cheap. I sold a 9.6 for $1,000 last year or
Pick up,
earlier this
Pick
year.
up
You
the
know,
195s too. The Origin of Black Cat.
Yep.
You can get those pretty cheap and
Like $35 in
Yes.
high grade, 34. I mean,
Yes.
ridiculously cheap on those. Yes.
yes.
I think I sold like a 9. It was a 9.8 or a 9.6 of that around when Whatnot really just start first picking up for comics, and it was like one of them things right after it sold. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that, man. I shouldn't have sold that.
so yeah, a lot of my pickups are, you know, it has for me they have a theme where it's like, what is the book that I'm gonna regret not buying if I don't buy it on the dip right now? And you know, shout out to the other YouTube channels. I've been watching other people. So like, you know, Comic Book Invest with Dave, Swaggle Hoss, you know, even Bryce Comics, he just did a list too, you know. So, you know, everyone's making good points, and us here on Tales from the Flip Side, we're telling you like, listen, like books like this, yo, you know, like everyone keeps asking me for these books, so I bought 3 of these.
I can't
Mofos.
believe what that fucking book sells for. It blows my mind when I see that thing sell.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and it's probably going a hell of a lot higher, but like, holy shit, it's in demand, man. That book.
Yeah,
But
you know,
be
and,
prepared
like,
for the first question. Does it have tattoos?
it's got the lakeside tattoos, yup. So, you know, good vendor. So I bought these, and some are crumpled and stuff. So here's an interesting tip. So 2 of these are probably gonna max out at like a 6 or a 6.5 if Joe does his magic and this and that. And they're wavy, they're crumpled a bit. If you look at the census for like CGC like 6.0s around that range, it's very little. So you don't have a lot of competition. So as the high grades, you know, rise up in the market, you know, you're literally going to be able to have the low-hanging fruit to, you know, to borrow Ben's, you know, saying low-hanging fruit right here. You're going to be able to sell these really quick. So, yeah, you know, definitely that was expensive still, you know. This one's still on a dip right now, but hell, got it for car gems on Whatnot, so why not, you know? Yeah. I picked up I talk about the dip, but I picked up 10 copies
Oh, nice.
of New Atlas, right?
That's a smart buy, dude.
That's a winner.
Yeah, it was like a $32 shipped each, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna get this. You know, like
Buy them all.
it's, you know, it dropped to like $25, and now it's back up to 50. So like, you know, why not, right?
I think the
I feel like they're gonna
9.8
do something
is-
with that too on Disney Plus. It just feels like they're teeing that
I
product.
think the 9.8 is the better buy on that book right now. But I would say long term, I think we barking down the dangerous path trying to figure out what Disney is gonna do, because it's only so much screen time available on Disney Plus, especially since they're not running shows simultaneously. Like they did Hawkeye, that ended right when Boba Fett started. If they was willing to do like, okay, we got a Star Wars show going right now and a Marvel show going right now, I would feel a little bit more comfortable on investing in some of these books. But just speaking more towards modern, not vintage or anything like that, but some of this modern, I feel like it's too much stuff coming and going this way, that way. It's pretty much if a book don't have like a solid first appearance in it, like a slam dunk, no dispute, first appearance in it, I probably would stay away from investing big on it. But I do like that new Agents of Atlas book, and I definitely like the prices on the 9/8s right now.
So quick
Hey,
question,
Hunter, I'll
guys.
say this, man. Disney Plus will be where they're wanting to go in their business plan. They're going to be running multiple shows a week. It's going to take them a little time to ramp up, but that's where they're headed. There's going to be so much content coming out. The owners are pushing for more and more streaming content for them. So we're going to start seeing Star Wars and Marvel, running Wednesday, Friday, or whatever the schedule ends up being. Like, we're going to see that because the amount of money that's for them to be made on that is crazy. So the biggest gripe about Disney Plus right now is that there's not enough new content. They know that, and that's going to change. Maybe not in 2022, but you can bet damn sure 2023 and beyond. So there'll be more content than we know what to do with, I think, at some point here.
Yeah, and then for my question for team spec is like, do you think like 2 or 3 characters that form the team, is that enough to propel a book like this to go nuclear?
Certainly, if they use the name, I would think.
Yeah.
But that book has multiple first appearances in it.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot, right?
Yeah, so it's a good buy. Either way. I think the team is just the icing on the cake. That's like I compare that to Young Avengers #1. You got first appearances, and then you got the first team appearance. So it's like icing on the cake. It makes it a slam dunk for me because I don't think any of the first appearances are up for dispute. And then obviously the first team appearance is not up for dispute either. So it's kind of, in my opinion, it just makes that book a slam dunk for me. Even if it doesn't stay at the $50 is right, it's probably gonna go up and down, up and down, up and down. I see there's a floor on that book. I don't think that we'll ever see the floor fall completely out of that book. I don't see that book ever going back below $20 for instance, just because people gonna have in their mind that for at least the past year, I know the lowest that book has probably been at is $20. So most people that got in their collection like, well, if I can't get at least $20 for it, then why would I sell it? So, but now I kind of think that floor is creeping up a little bit, maybe to the $30 range. Like, if I can't get 30 for it, I just wouldn't sell it at all. I would rather keep it than, sell it for less than 30.
Yeah.
I don't remember checking the Comic-Con number on this book either. I can't imagine it's crazy high. I mean, War of Realms, it wasn't like people were going nuts on that. I mean, anybody know it off the top of their head? I'd be shocked if it was over 50.
It's a 2019, so it depends. We're talking still pandemic almost numbers. Depends, So
I'm gonna have to look it up. You know what? If I look a little weird here, I'm gonna go do some digging right now. Sorry, go ahead.
But I think it looks good. I mean, I think another aspect of this is I think it's first Luna Snow, right? So bringing that K-pop and stuff that Harry Styles is an artist, a music artist, right? So you get to try to incorporate some of that.
There's a lot of heat on Swordmaster right now too. So,
first cover on this one, and then number 2 is the first, right?
Hey Ben, I just looked it up.
So cheap.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say there are 3,200 that are graded in CGC that are universal, and 2,700 are 9.8.
That's a lot.
It's more than I thought.
I'm going to give you right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you the Comic-Con number on this book. I've got the deets.
It's still a smart buy, Phil. I mean, it's you turn and burn.
I've been buying the 9/8s as much as I can, anywhere around the 140 to 170 range, because they're going east.
Yeah, and then you could just you can sell some, and then you can sell as much as you can, right, in one window. Hold them back, they'll dip back again, and you sell them again when they get hot.
Here's an interesting note on that. So, War of Realms, New Agents of Atlas received a promotional overship, with retailers receiving 1 copy free for each one they bought. Since Diamonds Dollars statistics are based on what retailers paid in, those copies have zero influence on the publishers' dollars, market shares, or issues dollars ranking. Uses, of course, units are counted, of course. Diamond's chart is not scoreboard, but a commodity report detailing how many books are on the market.
So Comic-Con has it, for whatever it's worth, at 65,000, which is more than I would have expected. I mean, that seems to me, Aaron, to support like the promotion. I mean, 65,000 for a tie-in to an event that
Right.
was
Less than
somewhat
spectacular.
sort of lukewarm.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so 65 is what was on the Comic-Con. So I would think that would have the promotion in there, but who knows? Who knows?
Here's a book you like, Ben.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
$120 in auction, bro.
God damn.
Wow. You
You know?
robbed someone of that.
On what not, Phil?
eBay.
Oh
eBay.
wow.
You guys got to get back on eBay too, you know. So
Yeah. Shh, don't tell everyone our secrets.
yeah, but it was like when Yelena just first showed up. So
Yeah,
like,
that book's
it's-
gonna go. Listen. Some people give me a hard time about her on IG, but like saying her accent
What?
isn't authentic Russian accent, so whatever. It doesn't bug me, but I think every time she's on the screen, she kills it. Like I think she's an awesome character that's only gonna get bigger.
Man,
Where's she
she could have a lisp.
She's
and
English,
I would still
I
think
think. I
she
mean,
was
she's-
badass. She could be talking with a lisp, and I would say that she's awesome.
Yeah, that accent definitely trash though. She sound like the chick off of Glow whenever she would be in character for her Russian character. It's definitely a
Alison Brie.
Hollywood. Yeah, it's definitely a Hollywood Russian accent. But I mean, what do you
I'm
expect?
not hung up
like,
on it, man. Like I'm
I mean,
sure.
I just feel when people get that deep into the details,
No shit, dude.
It's-
Right?
it's like in a Marvel movie, I wouldn't expect that type of authenticity. Now, if I'm watching the Americans, yeah, like your fucking Russian accent better be on point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's a different, because that's supposed to be more authentic. That's supposed to be more autobiography type type shit. But when it comes to Marvel movies, bro, I'm not tripping off your accent being purely authentic. That's just, we talking about a universe where half the universe was snapped out of existence, bro. It's really not about to sit here and nitpick over the Russian accent. Yeah, it's trash, but that's really, if that's the only thing you can focus on, then you just not enjoying the show the right way, man.
I mean, everybody's got their own thing. I would agree not to get hung up on it, but to each their own, I guess.
My favorite's still watching British actors having American accents, and then when you watch their behind the scenes, and then you hear their thick British accent or whatever, wherever they're from, and you're just like kind of like, whoa, they have a really good American accent.
You're talking
Like
about Tom
Franklin
Holland?
from Snowfall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
man.
Tom Holland, like who else?
Yeah.
Christian Bale, like his accent's like Irish or whatever, or it's like crazy, like yeah. But sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, Phil.
match with my T-shirt. Yeah, I got the Batgirl 40, the Purple Rain. So I've been able to get a couple of these. They've been, like I said, like you gotta watch the market, because like when the market's hot, these are not out and available. I picked this one up for like $25 or something.
Jesus.
So
I got a
it's like
couple
you
of
just.
9/8 of that.
Oh, you do? How much are
Nope.
9/8?
I don't know, but like if you're interested, I'll sell you one.
People keep asking me for Saga, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know the key lists for Saga, but you know what? I could a Saga 2, a 9/8 for 200. There's one left for 200 on eBay.
I would say if you've got issue on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're okay.
Yeah, so yeah, why not, right?
Saga's gonna come back with a fucking fury here.
It's gonna be fire, and
That bubblegum cover, that's the
Oh
Man,
man,
I'm
yeah,
telling
we'll be going on that one.
And then I found the second print for $3.50, and I
Yeah, that
robbed the
second print
store.
is like,
Yeah,
that's like sums up like my sweet spot of comics. Listening
Yeah.
to music, blowing a bubblegum, second print. All right, I'm in.
Yeah, I robbed a store in Ninth's area of town. I went to Titan Comics. I found all the second prints in the Dallas area for $350, and
Wow.
that was it was a Christmas present for my brother because he's a big. That's like all he needed to complete his saga run. I mean, he needs some of the later printings for the issue 1, but like
That's
so
awesome.
happy.
But you know what's crazy is I had got a bunch of those second printings in Florida like a month before that. So I never even thought to go to that store you went to and look up and even look at the saga second prints because I got them all in Florida like a week before that. No, like a month before that. So man, it's so many good saga books out there, man. Like if they ever announce anything on that show, man, we're gonna eat good, man.
Yeah, so when I was selling Funko Pops and like they had the Saga Pops and stuff, like you had that crowd, like people all into anime and video game pops, and they all wanted Saga comics. So it's those people will cross over, like if they see anything else that's similar in comics, and then those people will come back, right? Who are all for Saga. So I think that Saga 1 is probably like a 9.8, probably what, like 850 now or something. I'm not sure, but I mean it's hard to get a 9.8, like for market, right? So definitely a good idea to get the later ones, and the Ben cover with the bubble gum. Was it number 9 or something?
I'll tell you what. So Aaron and I were talking about this. If you want to hunt the rarest one outside of the RRP, the 4th print, by every possible measure that I've been able to find, is the rarest. So if you want to chase scarcity, and that one's still cheaper than the 1st print, the 4th print is a good one to hunt down for Saga number 1. If you want something a little tougher to come by.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to come back from CGC at this point.
This is really cheap right now.
Fucking
probably
fire, bro.
A raw copy is probably like $25, but this is Spider-Man 2, number 1. So this is the first Evil Miles. So people are sleeping again. They're buying Ultimate Fallout 4s, but the Miles Morales' Rogue Gallery is very, very small. So
love that Michael Turner.
Yeah, it's a Michael Turner. Definitely, this is a shout out to Jonathan. So our guy. So yeah, Sleepy. Picked that up from Sleepy. I didn't know about this one, man, but I saw it on a site, and I'm like, all right, I'm buying this. So this is the Invincible 1 5th anniversary variant, 9.8. So yeah. So this was like $125.
That's
I'm like,
sneaky, bro. That's
hell
sneaky.
yeah, so
sneaky good, man.
I need to add that to the list.
Invincible. My kids love that fucking cartoon on Amazon. Like, love it.
Speaking of cartoons,
one of my kids got my other son a who's the bad guy? So I'm going blank on his name, but
Omni-Man.
Yeah, he got him an action figure for. I'm like, what the fuck did you get him? He's like, oh, Max loves this. I'm like, you kidding me? And they love that show. They talk about it all the time. So I think Invincible has got legs, man. If they ever do live action, I mean, that book could go somewhere.
And that's what's supposed to happen, right? The live action, right? So
yeah, but it's supposed to be like separate from the cartoon universe, from my understanding. The live action.
But it plants the seeds, right? I mean, you pull everybody in with the cartoon, and then you just sort of put up the live action, and the context is there. So like, it's a good formula to create like a franchise that really matters. So
and to test the water on characters and see how well they're going to do and how the audience responds. It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
There's a fun one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, $46. I mean, whatever.
Oh,
I'm gonna buy it.
You know robbed what I mean?
That. Oh
yeah,
my
I've seen that book for $46 raw.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm pretty sure I've seen raw copies go for $46.
God, damn,
just a fun
dude.
one. Just a bundle deal. So
it seems like it.
I bet it's pretty low.
Right now, I think Pulp Fiction homages are going to become a thing here.
Yeah.
They're slowly building. Like I would grab them, but that's a
I
good
think
one.
the She-Hulk one's still pretty cheap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it for. I mean, it's been going for 25, 30, but the newsstand is the one you want in that book, man. And
Oh,
that
okay.
is the book you want. The newsstand of that 441.
Just want to shout out John Brown. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but hooked
Oh
me up
man,
with
that's a
this
good
one.
deal, man.
Oh wow!
It was
Even if that's
it was 150, 160, 160. So
wow.
but that's what his
Yeah.
vendor deal was. So I got that from him. Picked up another one of these in a 9.8. So yeah, I mean they're available right now. Like you can buy them for $350.
Yeah,
so
that's cheap, dude.
Just buy them. You know, like
Yeah,
don't-
because she's gonna get her own show eventually, and they're gonna go freaking parabolic, right? I mean,
Want to shout out Peter Brenna. He hooked me up with the Something Is Killing the Children 1 third printing. So the prices have dipped a lot on these, and he hooked me up with the market price on this, the last sold. So I think it was like $250.
I think people are selling their stuff way too early, and they're hurting the market.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can't. Yeah, you know, and the thing is that you know, there's people right now that like I'm asking like, why are you selling that right now? You just wait a little bit, you begin.
Yeah.
They're like, I need money, and I got my eyes on something else. I got my eyes on something else. People trying to get the X-Men 1, the FF1, FF5s, and they just got to liquidate a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but
See, I worked backwards from that. Like, I picked up my X-Men one before picking up a bunch of like something
Yeah.
that's killing the children.
that's the
stuff.
easy way to do it, right?
Yeah.
that's the smart way to do it, man.
ADHD and FOMO kill people every time.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Every time.
You got to let these books marinate, man. You got to
Yeah.
let them marinate.
But the good thing about slabs, like buying them, like when the market's down, is like, you know, once the market gets hot and people have money, they want to buy the sure thing, and slabs just shoot back up. You know, depending on the one, you know, certain ones, right?
Right.
I picked up an ASM annual 19, CBCS 9.8. I looked everywhere for a 9.8, and no one had the CGC available, so you know, this was like $135, and it's the first appearance of Alistair Smythe, who's a henchman for the Kingpin. So I think would be you know, I don't think Kingpin's dead, so why not? You know what I mean? And he's got a couple phases. Maybe they bring back you know, Felicity Jones and BJ Novak from the Andrew Garfield movies, right? So you never know, right?
I think with the multiverse cracked open, everything's in play, man. You know. Everything.
Yeah, so my last two books, I picked up two Marvel Spotlight 5s. Yeah,
Oh.
so $1,000 and 1,400 here. This I paid for the weekend after Black Friday. I had like a big sale on Whatnot. I used some of the money to buy this for 1,400. And there was one that just sold for 2,100. So I just made Boku bucks. So just buy at the right time, folks. You know, and I think it's still not too late to buy this book. Like I would buy, you know, I would buy a 4.5 for like 1,400. You know, like it's just a sure bet. You know, like this book, I'm looking at the sales and stuff and comparing the importance, and I think you get to a giant size X-Men 1. So like, you know, like you're doubling your money, you know, basically at the prices right now, at least if you buy this book, if you believe this can be as important as giant size X-Men 1. And I think this is a better book than that, to me at least, you know. So yeah, those are my pickups, you know, just my, you know, my little strategies, you know, buy vintage while you can, still buy modern and stuff. It's important, but like, you know, I just see a lot of people, and I've been joking around in the chats with Josh and Mighty Mel V and Joe and Ben and everyone else, right? Like this what is this Animal Castle thing, you know, like don't waste your money on that stuff, you know. You know, like don't chase foil prints, you know. So
Don't tell people that, because here's the thing about it. It costs $4 to buy an Animal Castle.
that's true. If you bought it in early, it's great, but
Yeah, but even if you spend
you know,
20, bro, it's difference between spending $20 on a book that could easily be a $200-$300 $9,800. You never know between buying a $14, $15, $2,000 book. It's several different ways to hustle. You can't typecast yourself into buying books a certain way. Really, the thing that you need to look at is what news is coming, because everybody in this market, I'm not gonna say everybody, 98% of people in this market react to news. You could tell somebody all day. I give you a prime example: the Miss Minutes book. My show cover picks told people all the timeless covers is nice. That Miss Minutes book is gonna be a $20, $30 book on a week of release. What happened? Nobody ordered it because everybody's gonna order that book. Everybody's gonna order that book. So not enough people ordered the book. If you went and picked up 25 of them at most pull list, you can probably get that for less than $3 a piece. So your out of pocket is probably somewhere around $70, $80. Now you putting them on eBay at $20 a crack, selling them on whatnot. You got enough money to go buy a big legit key right there.
Spot on. You know how I know that book is under ordered? The number of people talking shit about it, right? So
exactly. Everything in life is a numbers game. It's not about speculation. It's not about anything. It's all about numbers, bro. If the numbers make sense, then yes, go and buy it. If the numbers don't make sense, then don't buy the shit. It's that simple.
Well, it's funny. I picked up my copies from my shop today, and the kid working the counter was kind of like, "Hey, why do you have 3 copies on this?" I was like, "Because it was a smart buy." I was I kind of wishing I ordered more. So because
somebody pointed out something really interesting to me about this book today, which I didn't realize. I ordered it early too, but I guess when this book was up on FOC, it was at the same time the Diamond site went down.
Oh,
and somebody was saying that contributed to the under orders on this particular issue. That people
but then they repeated it again the next week, didn't they?
I don't know, but somebody was saying that they did that. Part of the reason why this maybe wasn't as heavily ordered as they thought, it was that the FOC was right at the same time when
this book had been because my show is always the last week of FOC. I saw Jen from Comic Book Women talking about that book 2-3 weeks in advance.
I put my order in I forget where I saw it. I saw it somewhere online. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna request this one for my LCS, and they got me one. I got a couple others.
Who wouldn't want that book though? Miss Minutes was an awesome character in Loki. The design on the character itself for being an animated character is dope as hell. She mysterious. We don't know a lot about Miss Minutes. The cover is just perfect. Plus, if you're thinking about grading, it's pretty much an all-black cover. So if you're smart, you buy multiple because you want to be able to pick out your 9/8. It's a lot of strategy that goes into
and I would
that.
say this: it's not even just the cover. The reason that book is picking up is the whole Miracle Man hints.
That too. Right? It's a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a lot to go with it. And so I ordered 50 so I could hit incentive, and it's like printing. It's like printing money, bro. It's like printing money. The incentive is gonna sell for what I bought the 50 copies for. That's free money, and then the Miss Minutes book alone is selling for about a third of the one in 50.
All right. Anyways. All right, let's welcome in Nate to joining us for pickups and stuff like that. Newest member of the Flipside crew. So, how's it going, Nate?
Good, but I'll say the following feels like Princess Leia Blanche from Golden Girls.
This is
Oh, there we go. Lost him. Actually, let me give a shout out to Ben. Thank you for this. This is another one of the Hall of Comics variants.
Oh, nice. Did you won that? Did I send that?
Yeah, you sent it to me because it was about naming your favorite Hall of Comics variant. I mentioned the G.I. Joe. Snake Eyes,
all right. I can't keep track of wins these. That is nuts. That is nuts. That's awesome, man. You know what I love about that book, and these guys pointed out to me? Can you just put it back up for one second?
Sure.
So the trade dress on this was the actual Danny Warren Johnson drew that trade dress in. So it's, I guess you could call it a Virgin variant in theory, but like that trade dress in there was not the trade dress that Marvel was putting out in the book. He drew that as part of the overall art of the book, which I think is pretty cool. So
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
Jake
Cool, man.
and
Well,
John, those
congrats.
guys
That's
nailed
awesome.
it. Yeah. That's fantastic. Just a couple of things. So one is just, I picked up this, I love Voltron, and I picked up this Alex Ross #1 Virgin variant, which I think is a ghost. I never find it. And I finally found one on eBay. They're none census, so I don't know if it's...
I've never seen this.
Yeah. It's incredibly difficult to find, but it's pretty clean, but it's got a dent down here. But I got it for extra, I think maybe like 15 or 20 bucks. Like, it wasn't that much, but it's got a pretty big ding. It needs to be kind of cleaned up a little bit. So this one, Joe, I know we're just pushing back the wait list. So
No,
maybe
we
that
can
comes
fix
your way.
that. Yeah.
Because I'd love to get this one slabbed because it's a beautiful copy.
I think a reboot's coming, right?
What's that?
A reboot is coming of Voltron, I think.
I think you're right. And
Yeah.
I actually pulled this out of a local shop here for $10 off the wall. And I think it's really clean.
Ooh. Shout out
Wow.
to Half Price Cook for calling that like right out of the park, you know.
Yes, he did, man.
That's $100. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think when we reported on it, it was like a $10 book at the time. Like, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Like 10, 20 bucks.
Yeah, I don't think they really look too much at some of the wall books that are older. Can they kind of hide some behind others? And sometimes there's gold back there. This was one that I found this year. I got about 2 months ago, a 1 in 50 variant from 2016.
Ghost.
Yeah. And I got this for $21. The auction ended at 11:30 in the morning, and I think that's the whole reason, because there were, I think, 2 or 3 bids. And I had to push away things going on at work and actually schedule time on my calendar so that way I wouldn't miss this in the auction.
So what month was this? I'm curious because this book...
This was maybe November.
Wow.
It just happened.
Congrats, man. That is a ghost.
Yeah, this is... I love Condor, love Mask, so pumped to see this. And then I was able to win this in an auction a few months ago. The #1, the Dave Wilkins variant, and I actually ended up buying the Dave Wilkins variant for Revelations from Wanted Comics and won one of the autographed ones. So that was
nice.
great. Yeah, so putting those side by side, they look fantastic.
It's a great cover, dude.
It is. It's really nice shape too. And then I showed Aaron this one recently. Actually, I won this 2 weeks ago on eBay. This was another one of those auctions that ends at the wrong time at 10:30 in the morning.
What'd you pay?
$600.
Oh my god, dude!
And I mean,
There you go. I got a trade for you right here.
Oh, buddy, you know I want that.
What grade do you think it is?
This is one thing. It is a really sharp and clean. There are no spine ticks. There's nothing on it, but there is a small little line, like a press line, like a print line, right here. It's really hard to see, but you can kind of see it right there. If you
I mean, I've had CGC overlook those. Like saying that's just a printing thing, but who the hell knows in this market, man, how they're going to treat that? I mean,
because when Phil, you were talking about the Ultimate Fallout 4s, I had sent 2 off that I thought were pretty clean. They came back a 9 and a 9.2, and I mean, that book, it seems like
they're
just really tough right now.
Oh, they're being super tough on that book. And
But
I think there's an agenda with that book.
They gotta control the census numbers.
Never know. On the Purple Rain theme.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Snake Eyes,
Wow.
So I won this. Actually, Brian McClay, they actually showed this on the Monday show. So I won this. I actually sold one earlier in the year for $1,700 and bought this one back for less than $8.
I just realized, are we getting a mirror image of Nate's books? Is that just me?
Yeah, I think his camera's just in a reverse thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Am I the?
Don't worry.
Well, I am from the South, so everything's a little bit back. And then I went to Galaxy's Edge earlier in the year with my wife.
Oh my god!
Come on! You
dude. when this came up, it was coming home. And I don't think anyone can really give you a straight answer as to how many of these there are.
No, I mean, we've
'Cause
covered
I
this
know
stuff on this
graded.
channel a lot. It was a giveaway, and like a lot of them show
Right.
up like at 5.0s and shit. I mean, like they're beat to shit. So
And how many got thrown away because they were given to the Imagineers, so no one
half
knows
of
how many there
them,
were.
at least,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
sure.
You stole
people
that
are-
book.
Yeah.
I saw what it sold for. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. And there's a significant first appearance in there that could make that
Yes.
book real pop next week. You know, we'll
That's-
see.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page. Just two more things real quickly. I ended up picking this up earlier in the year.
oh, nice.
The best part is, I know you probably can't make it out, but it's actually a pedigree. And so I was eating breakfast probably like 7:30, and an alert came from Elite 11 Comics, and this was on there for maybe it's 7,400. And so jumped on that because obviously we all know where things are going.
It's at least a
That
$12,000 book right now.
Jesus.
And I got this early in the year, just kind of waiting for things to start happening beginning of next year. So,
Man, even backwards, it looks badass.
maybe it should be maybe backwards. It'll be a 9.5.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It took me like 75% of the way through that to realize everything was coming up the wrong way. But
Well, two more things just real quickly. Not comics, but got these.
Oh my god, dude! You got me.
cool.
These were Black
kidding,
Friday.
dude.
I was in Dallas and went to Dallas Vintage Comics, and Leg was in town. Actually, Aaron, after we were all together, I would send Leg a picture I met him at the Cowboys game, but I went to Dallas
my
Vintage
God.
Toys before that. And these are the 8-backs, straight arm.
yeah, that's
Nice. Well,
Wow.
isn't that like that Toy Story is like huge? I mean, like it's a huge collectibles. Like, and I know they're notorious for like how many GI Joes action figures they have. Like, they have like pretty much everything, don't they?
Yeah, the setup's really neat. I thought it was going to be a bigger store from seeing the pictures and the videos. The store is not as big as you think, but actually, when you get to the back, you have a Castle Grayskull, and you walk through Grayskull into a place that is just glass cases and everything's graded. And you just walk around. It's Star Wars, G.I. Joe. I mean, you name it. He-Man, they have it all. And it's incredible what they have in selection.
Yeah. All right, who's gonna follow up to that? I think Josh.
I got to go, guys. No.
Yeah, I can go. I don't care.
Yeah, I know you've been waiting here for a while, so I appreciate the patience.
All right. So first off, I bought my first pulp this year. So I got this Marvel Science Stories.
oh, that's badass.
Yeah, this is from 1939. So
Oh man, that's so good.
yeah, I love the cover on that. So I was like, all right, I gotta.
Can I see
I
the
gotta-
cover on that, Josh?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's amazing.
badass.
It's older than my mom and looks better than my mom.
Dude,
It's pretty rough. Trust me.
that looks like that book George McFly had. He's the last night Darth Vader came down from the planet Vulcan.
Let's see. Up next, I got this. I've wanted this book for a long time.
Oh wow.
I actually got this on Whatnot from Blue Green for like, I think only like $350 or something like that.
Nice.
Dude,
That's
you
a
were
tough-
bidding against
that
me,
is a
bro.
really, really tough book.
Yeah.
Still holding that grudge. She's
You
like,
beat me, man. You beat me.
Yeah, so I had to pick that up. I've been diving into like video game stuff more, and I didn't know that like Resident Evil, the video game magazine, was a thing,
It's a thing, bro.
or that like Jim Lee did this cover. I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting. So
That's very
I
cool.
had to pick this up. That's like nostalgia for me when I was growing up. Let's see. Let's get into some weird stuff. So I got this yesterday.
It's awesome.
This is Detective Comics 46, but this is from Brazil and it's from 1942.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I really love foreigns, as people know, and I really love Golden Age stuff.
Is it
So-
unrestored?
Yeah, there's no resto on this bad boy at all. So that's like a win-win when you can get something from Brazil like that. I got this one yesterday too. This is Action Comics 26 from Brazil, also from 1942, and it's in nice shape for what it is. But
So what
this-
size is that book, Josh? Is that a Golden Age board and bag you have?
let
Have for
me pull up or let me grab a regular book. All right, so it's only like a little bit taller, but it's
Okay.
that's how much wider it is.
So
Oh,
it's
so it's
probably
like
like a Golden Age size then.
It's
more
it's like
bigger?
mag size.
mag size.
So I got that guy. I don't even know what cover this is, but it's like a Bondage Submariner cover. So yeah, I thought that
Dude,
was
that's
dope.
fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, this is from 1942 as well, from Brazil. It's all timely. These all have, all the Marvel stuff has timely stuff in it. I got this from Mexico.
Oh man, that is awesome.
This is Fantasia Misterio y Realidad. This is from 1953. It is the first issue, and it was the only issue that they ever did. I used to be real good friends with like the most prominent collector in Mexico, and he said that he's never even seen this book before. So couldn't
cool.
pass that up. And that's like, this book is huge. Like, this is bigger than the Labinos that I was showing. I mean, it's a big boy. A little on the weird side. So this is actually a sticker book from Italy. But this is complete, has all the stickers inside of it, was never like played with or anything. And they used the ASM 129 cover.
What year? Do you know that came out?
I don't know what year this is. I'll open it up and let you know. But yeah, this was on eBay for like $70, and I was like, I gotta have this. These I just got back. So these are all books that I got from Brazil that I had graded. I was hoping that this was going to come out nicer, but I'm not going to complain. It's First Brainiac Action 242. 6.5 from Brazil is still amazing for what it is grade wise.
It's insane grade for Brazil.
Yeah. Yup. And then you got your Batman 181 from Brazil, your first Poison Ivy. I got this in a 7, so now you're getting like, this is like nosebleed. This is the only copy on the census, and I wouldn't doubt if it's not the highest for a long time to come. I got these books all together at one point, and they were like unbelievable. Like I got this is Batman 251 from Brazil, and it's an 8.0.
Christ.
What year is that?
Holy
this
crap.
is 74, so it's only
Holy
a year
shit.
after the US.
Yeah.
that looks really nice too.
Yeah, it's like, I'm very, very happy to own
It's tough to
these.
get the regular copy in an 8.0, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly. This is like the monster of the year for me. So this is Brave and the Bold 28 from
Holy
Brazil.
shit.
And I got it at an 8.0, which is like,
You got to be kidding me.
Name your
super
price.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have it on eBay right now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this was a few years after the US, but I mean it's from 68, but it's still an 8.0. I mean it's clean. So, and it's the only international edition of Brave and the Bold 28, so I'll take it. I got this Iron Man 1. This is from Chile. So 8.0, and this is also like nosebleed. it's actually, it has, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it even has like a stamp
Yeah, that's cool, man.
with like
It's
the
even
price on it and all
better.
that stuff. So yeah, they did the colors a little different. I really dig it. That was another. So yeah, I got all those like at the same time, and it was super sweet.
Can I tell you what I like about the foreign market? Not to cut you off, Josh.
No, you're fine.
You know, the modern market, we're giving these 9.8 grades, right, for books that have never been read ever, right? Hardly been touched, never been read. 9.8s, right? The highest, like the most, 90% of the books are a 9.8, and it's like it's insanity, right? What we're paying for some of these things, but then you look at books like this, right, that have been, it's a different culture for comics down there, I would imagine, in most of
Yeah.
these countries, and like the fact that they've even survived, like there's just something super cool about it, where it's not all about can I get a 9.8, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's just something refreshing about that to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's, when I talk to people I know in Mexico and stuff, and, they tell you they're like, we don't, like, we never cared. Like, we, wiped our butts with comics and, wrapped food with comics and, stuff like that. So, it's totally different weather conditions and, people don't use bags, boards. Like, they'll be like, oh, look, they'll take pictures. Like, I've seen, like, inside their houses and stuff, and, they're just piled up in stacks, like, just chilling there. So I thought this was neat. I never do, like, sets, but I did this one. So I have the U.S. Strange Fantasies. I think this is 14. But then I have the Mexico.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet. So I had to get those. And then my last ones, I'm a real big Carnage Surfer guy. So I had to pick this up. I have a couple copies of this, but this is the newsstand.
Nice.
So
Is that the one I pressed for you?
yes.
Yes, it is. It's pretty.
I know because it's got the tape on.
That's right, blue tape, baby, blue tape.
Well, and shout out to you too, Joe, for nominating this on the Prospect 10.
Oh yeah, it's always been one of my favorite covers, man.
Yeah, I have
low print. Any of those in the 400s, man, they're super fucking sucking.
I mean, that was the bankruptcy years for Marvel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right around then.
Yeah. So I have I have 430 now in regular and newsstand. I have 431 in regular and newsstand, and then I picked this up from Phil because I didn't even know this was like a Carnage Surfer cover.
Yeah.
It's What If Avengers, and it's also a newsstand. So I have like all the Carnage Surfer covers in regular and newsstand now. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I had to pick this boy up. This is 410, but it's also a newsie. So
that looks familiar too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you just had all these books. So yeah, those are my.
I saw when I opened the box and you had sent those books. I thought, motherfuckers got the newsstands. God damn it!
All right, Ninth, you're up, and then we'll finish out with Joe because Joe went last week.
All right. Shit, man, y'all hard.
Is that a new chair, Ninth? Is that new chair?
No, my new chair hasn't came in.
Oh,
man.
okay.
It'll be in tomorrow. Just the old chair, man. This thing been serviceable, but I'm getting rid of it. New chair should be in tomorrow. Man, y'all hard to go up after, but I do my best. First, let me just give a shout out to Eric Hurd. He sent me this today. I forgot I changed my camera position. He sent me this today. Almost American #1. It's an exclusive that he did. It got half the Reagan face, half the Gorbachev face, or whatever. And then it got his logo down there in the corner. I wanted this, but it sold out pretty quick. And I saw that Eric was pressing some the other day, and I mentioned that I still hadn't had a chance to get this book, so he sent me one on the homie hookup. So definitely appreciate that.
That's cool, man.
I love
I like
history, so it was really pretty cool to add this, to my PC for history related books. Went to a local comic shop, saw that they had a bunch of these.
Yeah, right.
I can't follow. I can't follow it up. I'm gonna scan up books
Yeah.
like Joe.
Yeah. How
They
much?
had like 10
$4
of them,
each.
so I just bought all of them. I mean,
That's
got
smart.
a good deal on them.
Hell yeah.
I know we talked about new agents of Atlas earlier, and Swordmaster is heating up. Picked this up for cover price, second printing of Swordmaster #1, and it looks way better than the cover A for this book on the first print.
Who did that cover, Hunter? Do you know, man?
Huh?
Who's the artist on that cover?
I have no idea. I didn't even look it up. I just saw it and I picked it up. And then when I looked up on eBay, I was like, damn, this thing is already like a $65 raw. But this should be a 9.8, so that'll be on my next submission.
That's a good pickup, 9th.
I like it, man.
It's a Gunji cover and art.
Shout out to Mighty Mel V for this. This is my second Ironheart 1 in 50 Bartell, and this should be a 9.8. I love this book. This is one of the moderns where, oh man, like I probably could have went and bought a gold or silver, low grade for what you would pay for this book raw. I ain't gonna, but Mel gave me a good deal, so I'm not gonna say that because he gave me a way better deal than what you're gonna find on eBay or anywhere else on this book. But this is just one of those modern books that I believe in because it has a little significance being, her first solo series. It has a great artist on the cover with Jim Bartell. And then it's just a dope cover. And I'm a big fan. Like Longshore likes bubblegum covers. I like covers where the characters are wearing Jordans or any other type of basketball related shoe. Any shoe that's popular in pop culture, Chucks or whatever. So that'll be going out on my next submission.
I would say this on that book real quick, is that that book was not heavily ordered, right? I mean, that book was probably like in the 40,000 range. For #1 for Marvel is not a heavily ordered book, so 1 in 50 on that is a pretty special book. So that's
you don't see a lot of them. Was able to get this off of Whatnot, the foil.
Ooh, nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, it's going out on submission. Should be a 9.8. Don't need this one because it's on card stock. The trade dress is not on card stock, but obviously with this being foil, is on card stock. So it's pretty clean, man. It's pretty clean. So hopefully we get a 9.8 back on that.
Have you seen the asking prices on eBay on those?
Yeah, I have. It's crazy. That's why I need to go ahead and get
just
that
for
over there.
For raw copies or for graded?
Graded.
Yeah,
there's no raw copies on there.
Bro, if I could sell that for anywhere near one of those prices, it'll be gone in a heartbeat, and I'm reinvesting that into gold and silver like the same day. It don't even got to touch the bank account. I'm already gonna be on eBay shopping for gold and silver. I've been stacking up on my America books. So I've been going back through her first solo series. Picked this up from a local comic shop. He gave me a pretty good deal on it. Booty short cover, pretty dope.
Homage to the boss, man.
The boss, yeah.
Yeah,
shout out to Half Price Crook again. Like he called that one like way early of me joining Flipside.
This lower, once you get the further you get in this run, the less of these that.
Shout out Latino women. Shout out Latino women.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Shout out Nico, America's ass. I think.
Shout out to Furbird on this one, America #11. I love these covers towards the end of this run. All of them.
You know what the orders were, man? On this, there were like 6,000 at the end of this run. Like this book was hardly breathing at that point. Like, there was nothing.
Ridiculous, man. And look at the covers, all good.
Oh yeah,
look at that, man.
That's the winner right there. Right there. That's the winner.
I still can't believe I found that in the back issue bin for like cover price.
This probably not a 9.8, but I'll take it anyway just because I know it's not.
Watch her come in. That's her entrance with that background.
That's one of her best covers too, though. That 12 right there, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Edge of Spider-Geddon #1, the second print. I forgot what significance this book has, but I saw it in the back issue being cover price. I was like, yeah, I definitely pick it up. I know the prices is starting to get, well, not a little bit. It's definitely out of hand for a modern second print. So they definitely out of hand, man. Like,
well, isn't that the first
Robbie Banner.
the Punk Hulk?
Punk Hulk? I think so. I think so.
Yeah, like whenever he listens to punk music, he turns into
punk music. Yeah, he turns up. This right here is a stack of Next Wave Agents of Hate, but the cool thing about it is like half of them are newsstands.
Ooh.
So I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, half price books. Yeah, I'll fucking take these. So I went to one half price books and I found one newsstand and a bunch of directs. But then I went to the flagship store today and I found a stack of newsstands. So that was like really weird. And then just a couple of slabs. This is a book Aaron helped me out on. I was at my LCS and I was just going through they slabs and I saw an 8.5 in this. And I was like, man, 8.5, that's pretty low on a modern. What's wrong with that book that it deserved the 8.5? So I started looking it over and I'm like, man, I don't see nothing wrong with this book. So the guy that works at the shop, he started looking at it. He was like, man, I don't know, what the story is on this book. He was like, I don't know if we picked it up in the collection or what. So I was like, well, I was thinking to myself, I wasn't going to tell him this. Man, I'm about to pull the grader's notes on this. So I sent a message out and Aaron got back to me and they said that it was an A5 because the cover had ripples on it. So I looked on this through the side of the case and it looks like somebody tried to do a quick press on this and they didn't let it cool long enough. And I guess they just bagged and boarded it, sent it in the CBCS and A5. So we're going to crack this open, press it.
9.8, bro.
Yeah, it's $200 for $1,000 book.
Hey, don't worry about it, Dennis. You know where.
This not CGC fault. I mean, this the person who sent the book in fault. Or here go the other thing. It could have been sitting at CGC too long, which is something I've been saying to people for the longest. Like if you pressing books out and you having to do serious work to books and you're not getting them on a walkthrough or something like that, you're really cheating yourself because that muscle memory gonna kick in on that paper. When it's been sitting up at CGC in a hot warehouse for 6 months down in that swamp called Florida. So people gotta start paying attention to that stuff, man. Like, yeah, a lot of people when they get these lower grades, it's a reason behind it. It's not always the grading companies.
Hey, don't worry about it, Dennis. Our boy Ninth is gonna send it out to CBCS. I mean, he's right there in Dallas.
Yeah, walks across the street, man.
That's where it's going to, man. Because you can do a walkthrough on it. You can literally press it, take it out get it out the press, put it in the bagging board, drive it right over to CBCS, walk through, boom. 9.8.
Like literally, like Ninth can walk through. Like you walk out the door, walk into CGC.
Pretty much.
Right.
Save on that shipping cost.
This is a hot book right now. I'm so mad because I got this when I was at C2E2. The first day, that booth had like 4 of these for like $125. No, it was $150, but I wanted them for $125. He said, nah, I can't do that, man. I think he said he'd do like $140 a book. And I was like, nah, I want $125. So I was like, I'll come back the next day. He'd do it. They still had them. I said, I'm going to just wait till Sunday then. So what happened was that somebody came to buy one and one of them didn't have a price on it. So one of the people that worked at the booth was like, well, let me look on eBay.
Oh, brother.
Yank. Nope. Took them all, marked them up to like 300 some bucks. But dude was cool. So he did me a favor and let me get this one for like 200. I got copies of the book raw, but I'm like, man, it's going to cost $50 to grade it with CGC now, $15 to ship it, $15 to ship it back. We're looking at $80 right there. I can sell a couple of raw copies on Whatnot, and get some quick cash back for that. So I just like, fuck it, give me the book, man, because it's going to stay in the PC anyway. So I really wasn't worried about how much I spent on it, because I don't have, this is one of the few Miles books that I don't have graded outside of the major ones, like the Jerkovich Ultimate Fallout 4. Now, this one, I put in an offer on this on short box, $200, and just randomly one day, I put this in like weeks ago, and just randomly, the book appeared to my house. I didn't even realize that it had been paid for out of my bank account or anything like that. But I remember at one time this book was going for like $400 in a 9.8. I know prices on Raws a little bit after it came out was ridiculous on this book. So I was like, $200 shipped. I was like, I'll take this all day, because we already know that it's optioned, and it's probably going to end up being, if not the rarest, one of the rarest Berserker books. And it's a dope cover too. Who did this? Brooks? Is this Brooks? Yeah,
it's Mark Brooks.
Mark Brooks. So all of the major points is there. Nice looking cover, good artist, CGC 9.8. So I was just like, man, yeah, I'll take that all day for 200. I take that all day, bro. It's not too much to think about. Yeah, so it's just, for me, man, I just been buying up slabs, bro. Like I told people a few weeks ago on Instagram, now that CGC is starting to get some of these orders out, man, it's gonna be I'm tripping. Cheap slabs going up every day. You got to check every site, eBay, My Slabs, Shortbox, any site that sells slabs. Just check and go through and look, bro. You'll be surprised some of the stuff that you can find. And then lower grade books, like this is just like the stuff that I had like right here in this little general area that I work out of. But like lower grade books, like you can find all kind of steals. I saw a Jane Foster, and it's not even low grade, it's still high grade books. I saw a Jane Foster Thor #2, which is the true first full appearance of her, for like a 9.6 for like $50. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, that book sells for more raw than a 9.6, slab. I'm like, that's crazy. And I was like, oh well, if it's there in the morning, I'll buy it. I put it on, with the rest of the stuff I had up for order. Came back that next morning and it was gone. Not a big deal, but it's just little books like that, man. You see it all the time, $30, $50. Like, I think some people, they get so caught. Everybody wants to be like the next Red Hood, or, one of these guys that can buy a book raw, press it, grade it, and get it to a 9.8 or get it to a high grade. And nobody really wants to just sit back and buy books anymore and say, hey, I'm going to just buy good slabs at a good price. And I've been eating off that, man, since this summer. Like, I feel when it comes to like buying raws and pressing them and getting them graded, I feel like it's a certain way to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just blindly buying books off of eBay or whatnot in places like that, that's fine. You will get some 9.8s, but the really good deals, man, I feel like are, finding books for cover price that's, selling for $60, $70 raw, and then the $200, $300 in the 9.8 and flipping those. You should be able to do an easy 10 of those a week if you're doing it right and you making smart purchases. Then you can go back and buy your gold and your silver, and stuff like that. Last thing I want to say is people say, oh, well, modern this, modern that, you should be focusing on gold and silver because they're not making no more gold and silver books. That's true, but look, just like they making more modern books, people still dying every day. So those gold and silver books come back into circulation. People still getting out of the hobby, every day. So of course, the number one thing you want to look at is see how those gold and silver books are moving in price. Like if you have a certain book that you got your eye on, you might want to check to make sure that book is not starting to jump, a couple of percentage points, every month, because at a certain point it'd be like, damn, you might get priced out of that book, versus like taking like something I was talking to Mel about earlier. I was like, if I had a 9.8 of that Outlaw 1 in 50, I was like, I would sell that, or I would rather trade it for a 9.6 and the Ultimate Fallout 4 all day, because that 9.6 is constantly going to keep going up. That Outlaw book, man, I don't know what that book is going to do. I was like, so if I can avoid all the taxes and stuff and shit, and just the BS of, buying a 9.6 and the Ultimate Fallout 4, if I could just trade it out for somebody, I do that all day, man. I wouldn't even think about it. So I just feel like, well, back to what Phil was saying, it's like certain modern books, like once you see, okay, like this is a solidified book, like Ultimate Fallout 4, there's no questions about it. Like, that's Miles' first appearance. It's not up for debate, anything like that. I'll buy that book, low grade, high grade, medium grade. It don't matter. I'll buy that book all day. I'll probably trade any modern book in my collection for like an Ultimate Fallout 4 or a Young Avengers 1. And on the same hand, it's some gold and silver books that people value that I just don't see. Like, I see it because it's a gold and silver book, but it's starting to get to the point where sometimes that's not even mattering. Some people just like, hey, this is my favorite character. I want every book that they have. I don't care if that's a ratio. I don't care if it's, if it's their first appearance. Some people just on that type of time when it comes to collecting. So, man, I'd say it's a good time to be a collector. It's a good time to be a seller. But don't just, like I said, don't typecast yourself into collecting or buying, one way. Because I like to do everything. I try to keep my eye on everything, because the second you start looking one way too much, you're getting passed by in this lane. So you just got to kind of keep your head on the swivel and watch all markets. If you're on the stock market, you're just not watching pharmaceuticals. You're just not watching, you're just not watching technology companies. They looking at everything. They want to see how all the markets move, and not just one segment of the market.
Well said.
All right. Any other books?
I got some pickups.
Okay.
So, like, I'm about to show y'all some heat. All right. So, like, hang on to your shit. Okay.
I got my Evermints on ready for you.
So I showed Aaron, right, and you didn't really say anything, but like I showed Aaron the other day, and I posted it to my IG. All right, bro. Here it comes. The motherfucking crypto, dog.
Nice.
Alex Ross goodness. Let me tell you, this book is going to be a thing, bro. They got The Rock doing crypto and Super Pets.
Mm-hmm.
And if Stray Dogs is hitting, I'm telling you, go look for these crypto books, man. I checked eBay and people are buying them up, man. So
you can never lose on animals.
No, man, you can't lose. Look at that pooch, man.
Especially with Alex Ross.
Yeah. I'm not telling you this is going to be a $100 book, but what a great looking cover, dude. If you're an animal lover, like, that's a great looking pooch right there, man. He may like piss on shit in somebody's lawn, but at the end of the day, dude, that's a super pet, man. So, no, I just thought it was a cool cover. Alex Ross. If you guys see these in a while, you should pick it up. It's just a great artist, Animal books. The animal books are now a thing. So, yeah. So I picked that up. And then I found a pretty nice grade in this. I wish it was a newsstand, but, Blood Ties, Boba Fett, like, he's a fucking beast. I love this guy. So, and I picked these up like 3 days ago. Long Short took off, so I got this Elvira #1. This is it's got a couple of ticks on it, but man, I had to have it. Brian Boland art, And then I picked up some Dave Stevens goodness here.
Nice.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's beautiful.
Mama!
Yeah, that's dope, man. I like that.
So, like, dude, this is going to be a 9.8, dude. And I love this book. This one right here. Like, this is beautiful.
I don't think I
Mama.
recognize that.
I was just looking
Man.
at that the other day. I love that cover, man.
So like I have like 8.5 raw, and I have a high grade 4, and it's an Italian panini one. I think I showed Josh, but this one, man, Jesus Christ, dude, like that's Art Germ at his best, right there, dude. Like he was doing these kind of covers before people were doing these kinds of covers.
Well, I was
You know
gonna
what
say,
mean?
is that one of the first ones he was doing before he oversaturated?
Yeah, yeah. And then of course, like, you know, like I saw it and I said, you know what, give me the fucking
Classic.
book. You know, like my buddy Steve, he goes, hey man, look what I got. And I was like, God damn it, I wasn't gonna spend any money, dude. And I said, just give me the book, dude. Put it in the bag. Let's go. You know? And then last but not least, so I've been talking about this cover and I've been speculating on it with the new Black Panther movie and Namor. So I got this, like I got a steal on this 9.8. This one is a tough 9.8 because these books, it's a 1 in 50. They had color rub on the back. I sold a raw one. The leg had a little bit of cover rub, but it was still pretty high grade. But like 9.8s, man, they are tough. So I pulled the trigger on. It's just like Ninth said, you know, like just like, you know, you got to be on the lookout for these 9.8s, man. People get antsy and they sell too early, and you know, like Nine said, you know, there's deals out there, man. People are getting slabs back. You know, you got to go out and snag it. If I told you what I paid for this, y'all would freak out.
Where'd you
Like,
find that one? I mean, I didn't even think I seen any listed on eBay.
oh, go look at sold.
Did you buy the original art?
Oh no, that's not me. That's not me. That original art was phenomenal. Like, but when I was talking about it, I said, "Fuck, you know what? I'm gonna fucking go buy it." I think I bought it after I was talking about the book, but like,
It looks great. Just if he shows
Yeah.
up in Black Panther, that thing's gonna soar.
so like, there's some pictures that leaked out of his throne, bro. So like, you may see this uh art imitate movie art or vice versa. I don't know how you say that, but that's just a bad motherfucker right there, dude. Like, he's underwater, bubbles are coming out of his nose. Like, bro, he's plotting, he's waiting to kick somebody's ass. You know what I mean? It's just a baller cover, man. So
Yeah, it's a nice pickup.
yeah, so that's it, you know.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna show a couple more items real quick. I'm gonna make Ninth jealous. I pulled this yesterday out of a hanger, a Chronicles hanger. So Lamelo
that's
Ball,
BS.
yeah,
That's
and
BS, man.
then I did a break on Whatnot with a blaster, and I got this out of it, out of Donner's Optic. So pretty happy about that. And then
oh man, I just spent about 500 on packs and ain't got one damn Lamelo, man.
yeah, so I've gotten two now out of like on one hanger. I only bought one, but I bought a bunch of others to sell on Whatnot or whatever. And then I've been picking up baseball slabs because they're cheap right now. So I picked up a Fernando Tatis Jr. 9.5
pickup, dude.
chrome
Is that
for
the
like
chrome? Yeah.
yeah, it's a chrome for like I got this for like one something, like 140,
It is a
130.
buying season right now
Is it-
for baseball cards.
Yeah, so for 9.5, and then I got a 10 PSA 10 for like 160, 180, something like that. I don't know. I used like eBay bucks also that I had like stacked up, so I was like kind of like, why not? You know,
Yeah, that's a deal.
He's a beast. So I mean, there's other cards I'm picking up too that I'm not saying, but like I just wanted to mention those because I know Brian and I with Nate are probably planning a Flipside like sports card show and stuff like that. So I just guess wanted to prepare people that are watching right now. That's one of the plans we have for 2022. But yeah, where can we find everyone next? Does anyone have any Whatnot sales going on tomorrow or anything like that, or throughout the weekend?
I'm gonna go on next week for the first of the year. I got some books that like I'm gonna fire out there. I'm getting organized. But I've got some good stuff. So if you guys are looking for a good deal, like hit me up on Whatnot. So
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going on Whatnot on New Year's Day. Whenever Ninja finishes his live stream that he's having on Whatnot,
That's
I'm gonna
smart.
go on right after that. And then of course y'all can find me every Wednesday on YouTube at my on my show Cover Picks. Ooh, excuse me, man. Just ate before I got on. My name is right down there. Just type it into the search bar. My channel will pop up. And then I'm gonna try to add another weekly show to my YouTube as well, to focus on something outside of FOC books, and do something a little bit different for people. So yeah, just check me out on YouTube, IG. I need all the followers I can get because I'm still a crab at the bottom of the barrel, unfortunately.
Man, you're doing good.
Hey,
bro.
you'll get there. You'll get there.
What'd you pay
Uh,
for those second prints, Ninth?
I got 10 of them for like $400.
Nice.
I think maybe
Nice.
one of them is a 9.8. So if I get a 9.8 back on that, I'll be pretty happy. But
That's a great deal.
I sold some of them and I done already got my money back. So I was pretty happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's his best cover, man. You know, the
Yeah,
white,
it
the white
is,
cover.
bro. Like
That's
It's-
one
Internal.
of my favorites.
It's an
the
internal
Jerkovich.
panel. It's an internal panel. I mean, like for something that's approachable for everyone, let's leave it at that. Because I guess like if we were talking about UF4, like the
yeah,
Jerkovich
yeah, that's true.
is probably like the grail of Miles
Yeah.
books, right? But
I think at some point people gonna realize, man, why am I buying a low grade Ultimate Fallout 4 first print when I can get like a 9.8 second print variant or a 9.8 second print, and then we're gonna see the 9.8s jump up on those.
Yeah, I mean,
on those
I think
second prints.
I think a lot of it too. It's like it's so easy to be caught prisoner of the moment. We do this for like it's a side hustle, but like we're like experts like at what we do. Like we flip, we know how to make money, we know how to make a decision. We don't like need to phone a friend or whatever. We all in or nothing, And so like these new collectors coming into the hobby, they see maybe a beat up Djurjevic and they're, oh man, it's a Djurjevic. And they don't like understand like I could take that money and buy a fucking high grade, sit on it, and triple my money versus buying a low grade where you might double your money. You might, but like buying 9.8s, when you have a 9.8, you command your own price. If it's a key book, you command your own price. I mean, plain and simple, there is no debate. It is mint, near mint, 9.8.
Yeah.
When you get into the 9.6, 9.4, then you have to deal with people. Well, come on, make me a deal. And when you have a 9.8, you could just say, hey, man, I'm firm. That's the price. That's a fair market value. Either take it or leave it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, man. But I ain't gonna lie. I like some books. I feel like not like super low grade. Like I'm not running out and buying the A5 unless it's like a CPR candidate. But like Ultimate Fallout 4 and the 9.6, I take that all day. Especially
Fuck
knowing
yeah.
that a lot of those 9.6s and 9.8s look the exact same.
Let me talk out of both sides of my mouth here, okay? So 9.6s and 9.8s are the same fucking grade. They are both near mint. But because of the point difference, it makes it seem like an inferior grade. But they are both near mint. And you're talking millimeters of imperfection from a 9.6 to a 9.8. But the price difference is like
Astronomical.
double.
It's usually at the minimum double,
Right.
right?
And what you're starting to see slowly in the market is 9.6s start to creep up a little bit. So 9.6s, like,
Don't tell everyone my secret, because
Well,
I buy
no,
I
like-
buy 9.6s all day for 100,
Right.
and just let them grow up to 1,000.
Right.
So I mean I love doing that. That's my favorite That's
like
my favorite
people
move to do.
were shitting on Chris Colbert, like he was buying up 9.6s of ASM 300, and I thought that was smart because if he needed to make a trade or something, he could trade his way into a 9.8 very easily, or he could, you know, diversify. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But like Djurjevic 9.6, if you could get that at a good price, buy it all day long. Buy it all fucking day
I
long.
would probably buy that book any grade at this point. Any grade
I hear you, but you brought up 9.6. Like,
hey, we just added someone to the
9.4.
team that you can hit up for anywhere from a 9.0 to a 9.6. So
right, yeah. So like, look, like a 9.0, 9. If you're in the nines, like, be fucking happy. They are being so strict with the Djurjevic variant. Like, I know, like I pressed so many of them. I had a copy. Like the one I graded for Phil, that looked better than my 9.6. So that is what pissed me off. You know what I mean? Because I felt like Phil, even though it had that little white on the back, I felt like it had a shot. You know?
Oh, so when Nate and I were chatting one day, here's a good question. I'll let you present it, but like, I guess it was, which would you rather have? Like the multiple 9.0 to 9.2, 9.4, 9.6 of the UF4 Djurjevic variant, or a 9.8? Like, you know, impromptu right now, dealer flip side. Like, which ones are you going for?
9.8.
You going for the 9.8?
That's the one I wanted. I said
Okay.
I would trade my 9.2, 9.4, 9.6 for
A 9.8? Yeah.
9.8.
Yeah, all day, because of just he comes out in a live action movie. Like,
Yeah.
this is real shit. That book sold for $30,000.
Well,
somebody bought it without blinking an eye.
Right.
It's going to be it's just like we talked about Silver Age and Golden Age and Spider-Man, but for all the kids growing up, like, Miles is their Spider-Man, and there are none of those books. I mean, there just aren't any. And then to find any that are graded, I think it's like 450 total. And then when you get into the 9.8 population, good luck.
Yeah. It's going to be a $60,000 book in less than 2 years, man. And like I told you, like the new Spider-Verse animated, like the first one won an Academy Award. And now we know the lay of the land when we watch the next movie. So it's going to be a lot easier we know where we're going with this. But whenever they say part 1, that means they've got a hell of a script, right? Mm-hmm. That means there's 2 parts, and that it was so good, they made it 2 parts. That's what's fucking scary. That's how electric that is going to be. And the prices on Miles, like, Ninth's got a great point. Pick up all these different badass Miles covers. Like, that's a great investment all day long, man. All day long. Pick up the Miles.
Miles, the all new. Like, I think this is one. I got to pick this up 9.6 for $260.
That's cheap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That book way too cheap. His first solo series, you can get them things cheap all day, every day. Like, I would just sit back and buy 9.6 and 9.4s of that, crack and press them. You only got to get like 2. You only have, if you bought 10, you only have to get like 1 or 2 of them up to a 9.8 to get your money back.
Right.
In most cases, and it's a newsstand out there for that. You got I saw my LCS had a 9.6 in the 1 in 15, I think it was. It was $700. And I was like, man, I don't want that book for $700. Me forgetting that I get, like 20% off. And the next day I was like, oh, I get 20% off on it. I could, that'll definitely make it a, more than affordable price and make it a good deal. Went back and somebody else had already scooped it up. And that book had sat there for weeks, bro. I was fuming hot when I didn't get that book. And every time I've seen that book, even in the 9.6 since then, it's just been at outrageous prices. And I'm like, damn it, I wish I would have got that book, man. And we're not even gonna get into like the 1 in, I think it's like a 1 in 25 or 1 in 30 out there.
There's a 1 in 30.
Yeah, it's so many Miles books. It's so many Miles books out there, ratio variants and stuff like that, man. That like even on his latest run, Miles Morales Spider-Man, I'm very close to having that whole run, every book, every cover in a 9.8. But some of those books, man, I got for like for dirt cheap. And once people start to come back to it and realize, like, man, he got a lot of keys in that run. He got a lot of beautiful ratio variants.
There are
So
a lot
there'll
of
be a lot of
villains
upset
people don't know anything about yet.
Yeah.
So there'll be
Well,
a lot of upset people.
See, I would still argue though the opposite to get the multiple grades instead of just having the 9.8. Because when it comes to the time period of when you have to sell the book, how many people are going to be willing to pay $60K for a single book?
So you know what you do?
Versus that you're able to, remain liquid by selling those 9.0s to 9.6s, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
I mean, that's the only reason why I would go with that choice to have multiple.
Okay, so like you've got those 3 low grades, right? Well, not low grades. You've got a 9.6, a 9.0, and a 9.2, right? What was your buy-in on all 3 of them?
So actually, the 9.0 and the 9.2 I got free because I used eBay books 2 years ago.
Okay.
The 9.4 I paid, I want to say 3, and the 9.6 I got for 6 or 6,500. I can't remember.
Okay, so like it's not even about like getting your money back. Like if you can turn those 3 into a 9.8, and then say that book gets out of the stratosphere, well, just send it to an auction house. Look what Brian got for that.
That's the point I was going to make,
hockey
Look
card,
for,
bro. You got 40 grand for a hockey card, bro.
That's
true. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, not a lot of people follow hockey, especially in Texas, bro. It's hot down here, bro. You know what I mean?
He's somewhere even hotter. He's in Arizona.
But I'll tell you who's scalding hot is Miles Morales. Like, Ninth's got that hip hop variant that I'd kill to have behind him. That's like a freaking badass. And then he's got that fucking 9.9 from Dennis. Dude, that's some heat right there. So, like, always be on the lookout, dude. Miles has got so many great books out there.
And with these collectibles,
you can't go
cards,
wrong, dude.
comics, I mean, you look at the Jordans, or Ovechkin, Otanis, or if you want to talk about amazing fantasy, I mean, people have money. So 60 grand and the entire spectrum. Someone can drop 100 if they want it. They'll
yeah.
Look
at the people that are entering the market. It's not like just guys working like at a 7-Eleven buying comic books, man. These guys are brokers, man. They're like that's a thing now. It's not even. I saw at Baltimore a guy offer another guy $40,000 for a book, and I won't say who it was. You know what I mean? But the guy didn't. I'll give you 40 grand for it, like just like that, like he was gonna pull it out of his pocket and hand him the money like that.
You talking about the foreign book?
I could be, but I'm not gonna. but like, that's the thing, man. People like if they see something they want and they know it's a good investment, because Miles isn't going to do drugs. He's not going to hit a girl, right? He's not going to kill somebody, right? That is like a sure thing, right? That is a sure thing. He's a good character that kids can read a comic book and not get dissuaded anyway. Well, Miles yelled at his mom. I'm going to yell at my mom too. Like I mean, Marvel's got something special with this, and that's why they're taking their time with this character. They're waiting for I guarantee there's a shitload of scripts for a live action Miles, and they're like,
the way
no,
they
that's
cast
not gonna
things. They nail it. I mean,
right.
The characters people don't talk about, like Bucky, like Sebastian Stan and Chris Pratt of Star Wars. They nail almost everybody. Take away like Miss Marvel, but like Monica Rambeau, the smaller characters versus like the Steve Rogers and Iron Man. I mean, I don't know how they do it, but they do an incredible job.
We had that book, that Captain America. It was 8.5, the 117, I think, first appearance of Falcon last night.
Yeah.
So like
way too cheap.
What was the book I picked before it? It was
because it was Boba Fett or the Star Wars 42.
So like I seriously thought about that book because I love Anthony Mackie, right? And then I just started thinking, it was kind of funny that Falcon was on Cap's left, and I think about the chemistry that they had on the movie, and I just like Endgame was just like probably one of the greatest movies. Like just it felt like being at a fucking football game, dude. And when Mackie goes on your left, Cap, it's just like now that the fact that he's on his left that makes that book a thing for me now. Now I got to go out and fucking buy it, dude, you know?
Well, you can blame me on that.
Yeah, but like I was like, man, it's on his fucking left, bro. You know?
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end it here. I want to thank everyone for this great year of, just sharing knowledge and like just everything, like audience participation and everything. Like, we wouldn't be a channel without y'all. So thank you everyone for liking, subscribing. We have some pretty big stuff coming up for the New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I forget which one it is. So make sure to, watch for those notification bells and all that. And yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side.